egg curry and chana masala and some samosas. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Hi everybody, my name is Ibrahim Afra. I am the event coordinator for this event called Celebrating Regent Park through community building of the SDP. My work is to work with the committees that organizes this event. So within the committee we have grassroots, we have organizations, and we have residents. So we have been meeting to ensure that when we get out of COVID, that the community is able to get together and hear back what is going on, how we have spent some of the projects that we've been allocated. So this event is an event of Regent Park and the social development plan.
So my name's Adonis Huggins and I'm with the Focus Media Arts Center, and we're one of the members of the communications table. Today's event is a celebration of the social development plan. And Social Development Plan is a community-wide initiative that engages both residents, market, agency members, and community members about what they like to see happen in their community. So today is a great opportunity for both community members to get together in person for the first time in about 2 years. An opportunity to find out what the social development plan is all about, what the activities are, what the projects are, and how members of the community can get engaged, and also just to have fun and celebrate our community.
This event is an idea that came to community building, and the idea is that within the SDP so many things happen, so many projects are being carried out, so many people are coming together and collaborating, and we thought why not come together and celebrate all of this amazing work of collaboration. So community building, it's mandated that they put together informal and formal connections between residents, different stakeholders, and it's a way for us to say we've been through so much during COVID. Let's now get together and celebrate, learn each other what we have done for the past 2 years. So this is the first event since leaving COVID behind, hopefully. All right. So today is a full day programming where we start off with a market. Within the market, we have different vendors that are providing food. We have vendors that are providing other merchandise. We also have tables that provide information. And this information is the 4 tables we have, some organizations that are doing amazing work in the community. So to invite residents to come and know about what is going on in their community. So we started that at 12 noon and it's going to be until 5. And after 5, we will have a launch of the CSI Community Living Room. So this place is actually meant for a community living room for everybody to come, use the internet, grab some coffee, do some homework, do some assignments, even entrepreneurship opportunities. So today there's going to be a launch of this community living room. But after that, at 5:30, we're going to go inside at the Slate Hall where we will have dinner. And thankfully, with a lot of effort, tonight's dinner is Egyptian cuisine, thanks to the great work of Masida from Fred Victor and her amazing staff. After dinner, we will be doing a report back, where the report back is the social development plan and the committees and what we have been doing for the past 2 years. We are having also a launch of a community app called Hello Neighbor. So this app is to serve this community of events that are going on, news like Regent Park News, the newsletter that comes out monthly. We are also launching we're trying to inform the community that Regent Park TV also does weekly news of what is going on locally and also the surrounding neighborhood. So many of these things are happening, so this is an opportunity to share it with the community and also get together and celebrate. We have a band that is here after the reports where we get to groove with your community members. So hopefully we will have events like this in the future. and this is what we call celebrating Regent Park, and we can continue to celebrate it every year. I am very passionate about communities coming together, and this is one way that communities not only learn what we are doing, what many people are doing in the community, but also it was a long time since we got together and seen each other's faces. So this is really an amazing time to eat delicious meals and see friends, and at the end of the day, see what all the cool projects that the SDP has. So the SDP is funded for a couple of more years. So every year there's also $500,000 that we spend on programming and ideas. So this is an opportunity for community to know your ideas can actually be funded if it's going to make a change in the community.
So this food vendor ideas came because of the Sunday in the park. So it's happened in the community, in the park. So everybody get a chance, and then entrepreneurship comes in and they sell their items and everything. I thought, why not give them the opportunity? So we put a poster out there. Most people are interested in, that's how you see all these vendors, and then also the food vendors over there, just to give them the opportunities and then sell the items, and just to get back to our norms, whatever the norm is going to be after the COVID, right? For me, to have an event like this, to meet my neighbors, I can get to see a lot of people that I didn't see in my life for the past few years, and then it gives me a really amazing connection back again with them. And then sharing our life together, right? That's the thing. And then sharing information, and then that's
Today's a super special day. It is kind of a way to celebrate being back in person, and also a way to celebrate this wonderful neighborhood. Regent Park has so much to offer and so many fun things happening. And so the idea from the social development plan was to celebrate Regent Park, and also there's multiple different things happening in Regent Park. And so what we wanted to do is we actually wanted to bring everything all together. So we have the Celebrate Regent Park is like the sort of theme and the overarching sort of umbrella of this. And then we're launching the CSI Community Living Room, which is right here in the Daniel Spectrum on the main floor. We're also launching the Communications Working Group Community Web app. It's called Hello Neighbor, and it will be released on both Android and the Apple platform super soon. And you'll be able to look and see what's going on in the community, and different events and programs, and a service navigation tool, and also things. We've been working on that for about 2 years. We're also launching the RPTV weekly news, which is super cool. And then later on this evening, after the launch of the CSI Community Living Room, we will also be doing a community meal. We're doing a community progress report, and so that's an update on everything that's been happening, particularly over COVID, all of the funded projects and all of the social development projects that are happening in the community. And then we'll host stakeholders tables. The social development plan stakeholders table happens every 3 months here in the community, and it is a gathering of all of the stakeholders in the community, and we make decisions about the social development plan, the SDP, here in Regent Park. And so today is a full day of events that are all dedicated to celebrating Regent Park, and it's kind of a rolling together of all of the things. The other thing that's happening today is that we are supporting local vendors. So we have about 20 local vendors from the community, both craft stuff and also food stuff, and we've brought them all out to meet the community and sell their stuff so that we can support them and start to build these sort of local micro-entrepreneurs up and build some community economic development and some community wealth right here in Regent Park. So we're super excited that we get to launch the CSI Community Living Room today. The CSI Community Living Room is right here on the ground floor of the Daniel Spectrum building. And for those of you who have been through the Spectrum building in the past, you know that this space is usually the space that people kind of pass through on their way to go to Art Heart or to Regent Park School of Music or the Children's Book Bank, or even upstairs to the 3rd floor if you're part of Healing is One, or if you're part of the Social Development Plan or RPNA or Regent Park Focus. You sort of come through this space to go to somewhere else in the building. What we really wanted to do was to create a home here for Regent Park in the building. And so there's comfortable furniture, and there's tables, and there's kids stuff, and a place to sort of sit down and relax. There's Wi-Fi, there's coffee, and the CSI Community Living Room allows us to invite the community in and to connect the community together in terms of creating networks and space for neighbors to meet each other. But it also, CSI is sort of known for their social innovation and their incubation of social entrepreneurs. And so in this space, similar to this market that's happening here today, we are hoping to develop more connections to local entrepreneurs, offer programming, offer education, and offer opportunities for them to sell their things and to connect to the community, to start to build up their business and start to build up and prototype what they might do with their business here in the community. And that's all in the name of building up the local economy and the community wealth system and network here in Regent Park. The Regent Park community is such a lovely community, and it's one of the most energetic and involved communities in the city. Through COVID, Regent Park was one of the only neighborhood tables that continued to run during COVID and when most other neighborhoods sort of shut down. Being a part of Regent Park, I've been a part of Regent Park for almost 5 years now, and I feel more a part of this community than I have any other community. And being able to co-create an event with multiple different groups is sort of the spirit of this community. I mean, revitalization was all about community inclusion and community cohesion, and here we are from multiple different groups: the community building working group, the communications working group, CSI, Artscape, as well as so many other folks coming together to make an event like this happen. And I think that that's the embodiment of what Regent Park is, and how this community really bands together to do really amazing things, like putting on this event, and also like revitalizing an entire community, as they have done in the last 15 years, and they will do in the next few years. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Angela. I'm a resident actor of Moss Park, and I have a very small art business called Color Blots Creative. And so I work out of my kitchen corner, basically. And so I've got a display of some of my work here. Some of this work is made with a palette knife. It's all acrylic paint on canvas. And some of the work I use acrylic pouring, where I add some medium to the paint to make it a bit more fluid. And then I manipulate the paint using different tools, even paper towel, a hair dryer to get different effects. And sometimes I just like to add a little gold and silver effect to make it a little extra special. So this is kind of, I guess, a bit of a side gig for me. It's kind of something I've just kind of started up for fun, doing my own art, and kind of learn on my own to find out about different events and show my work. It is nice just to kind of see what out there, meet other kinds of vendors and artists, and learn from each other. But it really is just about sharing some of my art and hoping someone else appreciates it and likes it too. Yeah, I love these kind of events because I think it's really great to have this community. I think in our society now we don't have enough of these kind of events to really just celebrate and just be together, and of course share some good food and just meet new people, meet neighbors, that kind of thing.
Hi, we're from the Regent Park Film Festival.
Yeah, come join our festival. If you love films, we have film showing coming up in the summer, Under the Stars, and we have our table here today. We have some of our merch from before, and also some pins and stickers. We also have a board here. We're taking recommendations for our films, and we encourage you to share some of your favorite films.
And it's our 20th anniversary, so we have a lot of exciting programming planned.
Regent Park Film Festival, we're an annual festival. It features a mix of Canadian and international works by filmmakers from Indigenous, Black, and people of color communities, women, people with disabilities, LGBTQ2SAA plus communities, people of low income, and people who live in public housing. The films we present break stereotypes and show that no one place or person has just one story. Each year, our program encompasses short films, features, workshops, panels, and more.
Well, it's great to be back in person. Because of the pandemic, a lot of our programming has been virtual, so it just feels really good to be back in the community with everybody and be able to share our programming and see everybody in person enjoying our programming. This year, we definitely anticipate being back in the big park for our Under the Stars screening series. So yeah, it feels really good to just be here. So Under the Stars is our summer screening series. It takes place in the big park, and every Wednesday we do a free film screening. So all of our programming throughout the year is absolutely free and open to the community.
Okay, so first I want to say I'm from the Fred Victor organization, and I'm one of their ambassadors there. So this table we are promoting COVID, and we're like asking like if they have any question to ask about COVID, the vaccine. So we're promoting the vaccine, and we're also promoting food justice, and we're also promoting like it's like a safe space. Like we're promoting like housing for social housing for the community and affordable housing. So it's a lot going on here at this table. So this information table has a lot going on for it. So the flyers for the clinic we have. So we have the clinic are open at like 40 Oak. We have clinic, and we also have a low barrier clinic also. So the low barrier clinic is like if you don't maybe have a health card and stuff like that. So it's also available.
The land that we're on has a history, and it has a history of people working together. We know from the Dish with One Spoon Welcome Belt Covenant that it shows us how to share what's here with each other and to protect the things that give us life around us. We learn from these teachings from the Huron-Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe people, including our current land protectors, the Mississaugas and the Credit. From the people who have lived lifetimes in Regent Park, we've learned that there's value and importance of community cohesion, how sticking together and supporting each other, we build incredible things. Regent Park is a community in transition. We all know that because we live here, we work here, we play here. But days like today are the days that show us that we've listened and we honor the teachings. And that the teachings of those who have come before us, sharing the resources, working together, supporting each other, and taking care of our land to build a strong and resilient and cohesive community. And that's what this is all about. It's such a joy and such a pleasure to be here now, opening the CSI Community Living Room. And that's where you're standing right now. You're standing here in the CSI Community Living Room for and in this fantastic community. This incredible space wouldn't have been possible without the support and co-visioning and collaboration of Artscape, the Toronto Artscape Foundation, and we have Fareed here to speak on their behalf, and also the support of the Daniels Corporation, who through the journey, who's been to the journey? Woo! Who's come to see the journey? I've come to see the journey. You should all have come to see the journey. Okay, so through the journey, they've continued to raise money to support incredible things right here in Regent Park, including the CSI Community Living Room and the space that you're in right now. And we have Gila here from the Daniels Corporation to talk a little bit more about that. CSI, this marks 10 years for CSI in terms of being a part of this community. And CSI is happy to be part of this wonderful community. And we have Tanya Sermon, our CEO, here today. And she's going to tell you a little bit about the strategic vision for this space here. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's happened in this space so far, what the plans are for this space, and how you can be here and take part and have a great time here in this space. So I'm going to turn it to Fareed, and we'll talk to you a little bit more about this wonderful building and this wonderful space.
Hi everyone, how's it going? So for those who don't know me, my name is Fareed. I am the manager here at Daniels Spectrum. I'm your go-to source if you ever want to do something here, if you want to have an event, if you want to connect, if you want to do a workshop, if you have a great idea, an opportunity, please come see me anytime on the 3rd floor. You can also contact me by phone or by email. I'm always willing to listen. If you see me walking around the building or even in the neighborhood, I'm often here a lot. Just stop by and let me know. I'd love to hear. I'd love to chat. We are super excited about the CSI Community Living Room. It's been a project that's been in the works for some time now. We really want this space to be as inclusive for this community as possible, a welcoming environment so everyone here and the rest of Regent Park can come here and really treat this place like their home, which is one of the reasons why we called it the Community Living Room. And we hope to see a lot of activity, kind of like the activity that you guys are here for today, whether it's a market, maybe a film screening, maybe it's a workshop, maybe it's a movie night or video games, or other things like entrepreneurship workshops and things of that nature. Please connect with myself or Denise if you'd like to do that. And I also wanted to thank Artscape and the Toronto Artscape Foundation for their support in having this here. And I hope you guys will come here, and I hope we will be able to do much more amazing things together in the months to come. So I'm going to just give it to Hila.
Hi everyone, how are we feeling today? I'm loving that energy. I am so excited to be back in Daniel's Spectrum in person. There's cupcakes, there's people, there's food. What a better evening to be part of. So I'm Hila O'Markill. I'm with the Daniels Corporation. Daniels is Toronto Community Housing's development partner for phases 1, 2, and 3 of the revitalization of Regent Park. I get to be here to represent our Daniels team. We have a few team members here. Shout out to Daniels team. Yeah, we're all around. We have one of our Daniels team members who actually couldn't be here with us today. He's actually out of town, our president and CEO, Mitchell Cohen. But looking around this room, I think Mitchell and Tanya would probably agree, would be in tears from excitement and happiness to see everyone gathered here. You know, when we started working on the vision for Daniel Spectrum with the community over 12 years ago, it was the concept of a gathering space where folks could come together under one roof. And that's really what the CSI Community Living Room represents. It's folks from all over the community who live, work, and as Denise said, play here, coming together under one roof to take part in all of the activities that Fareed described. So I look forward to being here, catching some of the formal action and just hanging out as well. Marlene, Denise, and I were able to grab a coffee here last week, and it was brilliant to just be in space together. I do want to recognize that, as Denise mentioned, this space was made possible by proceeds from The Journey. The Journey is a musical fundraiser that happened between 2013 and 2018, and it raised over $3.7 million for Daniel Spectrum. And those funds contributed to making spaces like this possible, but also to keeping the rents affordable for the great organizations in this building and doing some capital improvements, like making the 3rd floor available to a whole host of organizations. I do have some news to share about The Journey. It was originally scheduled for 2020, and as you can probably understand, with 2 years of pandemic, it was canceled, and we've had to make the difficult decision to sort of end the Journey era. However, we are absolutely, all of us at the Daniels Corporation are committed to the Regent Park community, and we'll have lots of exciting announcements coming up, some of which Fatima will share later today, and then some of which you can stay tuned for this spring and summer. But we're absolutely excited to find out, you know, what the next new exciting initiative is to collaborate with this community as Regent Park continues to grow and evolve. And we look forward to being part of that with each and every one of you. So thank you.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
It is such a delight to see so many amazing new faces, and such a delight that you all made it out in this rainy, kind of crappy day, but it's nice and warm inside. And we're so very, very happy to have you here. You know what, we've done lots of things, but just again, you know, the hearts and souls that have gone into making this possible are intense. We have beautiful, wonderful people from Artscape, from Daniels. We've even got our new partners from Tridel here. I want to recognize our counselor, Kristen Wong-Tam, who's here. He'll be speaking a little later. We love you, Kristen. Best counselor ever. But the one person I want to just take a moment before I talk to recognize, well, there's about 20 probably, because there's an entire CSI team here. Over here, raise your hands, CSI team. Woo! Yes, awesome. Who magically can put together a party faster than anybody else I've ever seen ever in my life. But really key and instrumental to the creation of the community living room here in Regent Park is none other than our extraordinary Denise. calling lights up. I know that was you, Karine. With her baking cupcakes for each of you, for kids first, guys. I know all the adults want them too, but like the kids first. She was up at 6 o'clock this morning, hand making them herself.
I want to marry her.
I know, me too. Me too. But honestly, the love, the commitment, the support that this extraordinary woman has given to this community. Just as a moment, just because I'm so curious, how many people has Denise done something kind of really awesome for?
And they only met me yesterday.
So I do want to just recognize you, Denise, just extraordinary leadership, phenomenal human, and so profoundly committed and dedicated to this community. So thank you. A couple, oh hey! What? I just want to say a couple words. You know, CSI started our relationship in Regent Park 10 years ago when we had the opportunity to create the space on the 3rd floor, and all of you know that we, as a result of COVID, were in a position where we had to close that space for CSI, and that made us profoundly sad. However, never once to shy away from a good pivot. We worked with incredible partners to really bring the best of what CSI has to offer into this new experiment. The community living room is something that we've never done before at CSI, where we have normally been perceived as co-working space and social purpose business, and that is great and still our core of what we do. The community living room is another experiment for us to explore what it will be like to actually create space for residents. How do we create, animate, build social connection, social cohesion? How do we unlock the projects and opportunities that you want to see in the community? What would happen if you wanted to create a cooperative daycare? How might we be able to help? What would happen if you were looking to support and start a small business? How might we be able to connect you to the resources to make that happen? How can we support our entrepreneurs that are right here in the local community, being able to provide profile and support to get your projects off the ground and markets and access to markets? So this is really, this community living room will be determined by you. The community is welcome here. Your kids are welcome here. The Lego donated by my very kids. Donated right there. Please play with it well. Let the kids create. Bounce on the rebounder. Get a little messy. I warned Artscape, sorry. I said, if you're not trying to kick us out in 6 months, we're not doing our job. Because truly, this is okay. It's okay to be a little messy, get a little crazy, and embrace the chaos. Because here's the deal. This space is for you. You get to make it your own. And we will not be successful unless you feel a sense of ownership. So we invite you, we engage you, we'll do what we can to support you, and we just adore you. So with that, I'll turn it back over to the amazing Denise.
Thanks so much, Denise, and thank you so much to all of you. I lost my words because I'm teary, and that doesn't happen very often. But thank you so much to all of you. And Tanya's correct. This space is really for you. One of my favorite, CSI has 10 values. 10 values. And my favorite value from the minute that I started was get to yes. And what get to yes means is find a way to make something happen. And we have fun, and we're silly, and we're chaotic, and we do all of those things. But one of the things that I love to be able to do is to say yes. And we've been able to say yes in this space. We opened this space sort of tentatively in November, and we've been sort of on again and off again and on again and off again from November until now. And that's why this is the official launch after all these months of putting the space together. But in those last few months, even when we were kind of not even official, we've had a number of community events here. People are desperate. You are desperate to host your community and gather your community. So we've hosted with Friends of Regent Park, we hosted World Kindness Day where you could come and borrow a grandparent. We've hosted Green Up with Green Thumbs Growing Kids to get greens and greens for Christmas here in the space. We've hosted in partnership with the Center for Learning and Development, we've hosted the Cultural Bazaar here. We've hosted Youth Hackathon with Regent Park Community Health Center. We've done that actually a couple of times now. We've hosted the Fringe Festival. We've hosted Regent Park School of Music, we've hosted the Children's Book Bank, we've hosted hot docs, we've hosted a book launch by just the other night. This was a gentleman who grew up in Regent Park and then wrote a book, a fiction book, but a book about his experience in Regent Park, and he had his book launch here the other night. And this return to Regent Park was such an experience for him to be able to come back to his community and say thank you. Now we're hosting Celebrate Regent Park, and here we all are to celebrate this fantastic community. And so we want more of that. We want this space filled. Bring your projects, bring your grassroots group, bring your ideas, and let's try and co-create those things here in this space. The space we're lucky to be able to offer this space to community groups at no cost. And that's unlocking, right? Like, so often you go to a space and you have to pay, or you have to have security, or you have to have something. We do whatever we can to lower the barriers so that community gets to be here, and that this is your home. This is your living room, and this is your home. Coming up in the next couple months, what you can expect from us is the launch of the community app, the Hello Neighbor app, which you'll hear a little bit more about in the progress report. But we're building an app so that you know what's going on in your community, helping you to connect to your neighbors and your service providers and events that are happening. Also, we are launching a tech lending library. So if you need access to the internet at home, we'll have internet sticks. If you need access to more laptops or tablets so that your kids can do their online learning and homework and those kinds of things, you'll be able to borrow those things from us at no cost. And that should be launching around the summertime, and you'll find out about that through all of the channels. Also summer markets here. We're looking at a women's entrepreneurship market. We're looking at some entertainment and supporting local artists through this space. And in partnership with lots of different people as well, animating this space out here on Regent Park Boulevard with Artscape and some of the tenants in this building. And then also a cafe project. So the Center for Learning and Development has already been using this space to package meals for seniors on a daily basis. There's about 80 meals that get packaged and sent to 220 Oak on a daily basis in this space. And we want to be able to offer those low-cost meal programs to other people in the community. You can come and get a hot lunch made by one of your neighbors here in the community. So those are just some of the ideas that are happening. And we're looking to do more entrepreneurship training and financial literacy training and all of those kinds of things as we develop this relationship in this space and with all of you. Thank you so much. It's such a joy and such a pleasure to have so many wonderful people in this space. This is your living room. Come, put your feet up, do your work, do what you would do in your own living room. Bring your friends and take care of this space as if it was yours, because it is. It's definitely yours. There's Lego, there's Wi-Fi, there's tables, there's all of those things. Please, if you would like to, let the kids go first, but there are cupcakes on the table. There's chocolate and vanilla. They do have dairy in them. And then after you've got a cupcake and mingled around a little bit, we're actually going to invite you to move into the Ada Slate Hall. We'll have the community progress report and also the stakeholders table, and the community meal, the community dinner, will happen in Ada Slate Hall. So, just one more thing before we get cupcakes. I'm gonna have my friends here help with this as we. Oh, it's got it. I got it. Yes. There we go. And we're gonna just lift this.
Okay, give us some numbers, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you all so much for being here. There's 2 things that you should do before you go into this. 3 things. Get a cupcake. There's a feedback survey. There's feedback survey posters all over this place. Please scan them and do the feedback. This helps us figure out how to do this better and do more of these things. So please do that. And then if you go over to the communication table, which is right in the corner, you can sign up for information about your community. So that's Regent Park News, the web app, and also the go ahead, go get a cupcake. And also the newsletter, the community newsletter.
After you guys get your cupcakes, we will be heading inside Ada Slate Hall, where dinner will be served, and we can start our evening.
Yay!
Good job.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check out all of our social media platforms. For more information, check out our website.
you.